I'm taking this evidence with me to the police, with or without you, Vicky. But let's face it, Commissioner Buchanan's going to be a lot more willing to listen if you come along.
Mr. Vickers, you haven't been able to convince Vicky that you're her half-brother. How far do you think you can get with the police?
General, I have proof that my mother, Irene Clayton, murdered our father, Victor Lord, which means that Dorian is innocent.
Well, I don't know about proof. You're not going with him, are you?
I don't know. Would you mind if I spoke to him alone just for a few minutes?
She's safe with me, General.
She'd better be. I'll be outside.
Thank you. All right, now, Mr. Vickers.
Please, just call me David.
All right, David. So far, I have listened to you. Now I would like you to listen to me.
I'm probably doing this all wrong. It's not coming out the way I planned it would be.
What would be?
Well, what the heck? I'm just gonna go for it anyway.
Go for what?
Rebecca, will you marry me?
Oh, Paul, where did you... I mean, when...
On the way over to see you, I came by this jewelry shop and I saw this ring in the window and I just walked in there and I said, that is the one.
It's beautiful.
Yes, it is, and so are you. I love you, Rebecca. And I never want anyone or anything to come between us. Rebecca, this is where you're supposed to look at me with those beautiful eyes and say, yes, Powell, I will marry you.
I'm not sure I can do that.
I got nothing to say to you, Cord.
Fine. I'll talk. You listen. Stay the hell away from Max. I mean that, Blair. If you ever had 1 ounce of feeling for the man, you will stop feeding his addiction. You will stop helping him destroy his family and his life.
Come here, son.
I'm the fool.
I missed you two so much.
Why don't you come home? Did I do something bad? Are you mad at me?
No. No. You didn't do anything wrong. I wish more than anything that I could be with you, but right now, I'm just gonna have to stay away a little longer.
Because of your problem?
Is that what Luna told you?
She says you can't come home until your problem's all better.
You just can't resist, can you? As soon as I turn my back, you're right there with the knife to turn my son against me.
Max.
'Cause he's my son, not yours. He's mine.
No, don't yell at Luna.
Hey, it's all right, honey. I'm not upset. Now, why don't you go on to the car, because we got to go home, remember?
Al doesn't have to go anywhere.
Don't make this harder, please.
Son, look, here, I got something for you. I got something real special. That surprise I told you about.
It's broken. What happened?
You delivered Luna's message. Now get out.
It wasn't Luna's message. It was my message. Luna doesn't even know that I'm here. Look, whether you believe it or not, Max is still my friend. And I'm not about to sit back and watch you rob him of everything that he ever cared about.
Well, did it ever occur to you that I'm his friend?
Yeah, I heard.
That's right, Cord. I'm more of a friend to Max than you've ever been.
Oh, I see. And that's why you're trying to turn him into the same kind of bottom feeder that you are, right?
I'm the one that's trying to build Max up. Remind him that he is worth something. It's you and Luna who are tearing him down.
Hey, we are
Cord.
just trying to reach out to him, honey. I'm not expecting you to understand this, all right? But what Max needs right now is real love, not the cheap kind of imitation that you got to offer him.
And how do you know what I'm offering Max?
Because you offered it to me once, and I took a pass, remember?
Oh, man.
What's the matter? I strike a raw nerve here. Come on, Blair, we both know how you feel about a man in a wedding ring.
Don't you start. Don't you even start with that holier than thou.
Hey, I'm not
stuff, Cord.
holier than thou,
Oh, yeah.
Blair. I was lucky. I just got shot in the chest, floated down the river, and spent a year in a prison. Max is the one who had to sleep with you.
Look, I was there for Max when Luna kicked him out, all right? And all Max ever wanted was for somebody to understand him. Well, I do, Cord. I understand Max Oltl, and he understands me. We accept each other, no judgments.
You're incredible. You really believe this. I
Yes,
mean, this
I
is how
do.
you justify this whole thing, everything you're doing with Max.
Justify what?
Max is sick, all right? He's got a problem. He needs help, not your acceptance. What is your... You're not that stupid, Blair. So you're either using Max's sickness, or you're just as sick as he is.
Oh, man, there you go again. There you go again, Cord. Everybody's got a problem, don't they? Except you and Luna.
You do have a problem, Blair. And you know there's no way it's going to be cured unless you and Max stop feeding each other. You know that. Look, frankly, I don't care about what happens to you. But I will be damned if I'm going to sit back and let you ruin Luna's marriage to Max. That's not going to happen. So you can consider this fair warning. I'm going to do whatever I have to do to keep you and Max apart. We clear on that?
I have been a journalist nearly all my life, and I certainly know a compelling story when I hear one.
Then you do believe
I said it was a compelling story. Almost overwhelming. I did not say I believe you.
What about the evidence? My mother's letters, our father's
The
signet
letters
ring?
are very convincing, all right? Yeah, especially the last one, the one you say Irene never sent you.
She all but confesses to murder in her own words.
No, she confesses to having done something that bothered her conscience. That is no proof that she murdered my father.
He was my father too, Vicky.
There is no proof of that yet either.
General Carpenter had the letters analyzed, didn't he? My mother wrote them, that's a fact. And the ring is genuine, you said so yourself. And what about the name? The name you called my mother, your own private nickname that nobody else
David,
knew.
you are
What
doing a great deal of talking.
I'm sorry. I just want you to believe me, and I'm sorry.
Well, that's another thing, this need you have that I believe you. You're not a child. You've lived your entire life without my acceptance. Why now?
I told you the very first time I came here, all I want when this is over is a clear conscience. I kept quiet because I wanted to protect Irene's reputation, but I can't do that anymore. Not if it means condemning Dorian Lord to death.
So this is about justice.
Is that so hard to believe? Or are you and Sloane the only people who believe in justice? Can't Victor Lord's illegitimate son have an ounce of integrity too?
I'm going to give you the chance to walk away from this, David. You go away now, and I will forget that I ever met you. I'll forget the stories and the letters. But if you stay, and if you continue to pursue this mission of yours, and if I find out that it is a lie, that you are a lie, you will wish you had never come here.
I'm telling the truth. And you know what I think, Vicky? I think you're giving me the chance to walk away because part of you knows I'm telling the truth.
I don't think you're in a position to analyze me. Don't try
Oh,
it.
come on, Vicky. This has got to be some pretty scary stuff. I mean, Irene died in 1978, so I've had, what, 16 years to get used to all this new information, shift it around in my head, come to terms with it. You've had 1 day.
Yes, that's somewhat overwhelming.
No kidding. Plus, it must bring up a lot of unpleasant memories about Father. The way he was so secretive about things, especially the long love affair he had with my mother, the secret marriage he had with my mother. Listen, I read General Carpenter's book. Victor Lord did not exactly come across as a saint.
He wasn't a saint.
Then there's the whole business about how you accused Dorian of his murder. You pressed pretty hard for that conviction, and you were working under a lot of false assumptions, things you're now going to have to face down in public. I mean, it's bound to be pretty scary.
Don't try and put me on the defensive. The only one here who has anything to prove is you.
So give me the chance to prove it. I've passed every test so far, haven't I?
Maybe. Maybe. I would like you to tell me something about your mother. Tell me a little bit about Irene, and don't tell me details of the night of the murder or nicknames that you might have heard and memorized. I would like you to talk to me about Irene, a son's impressions. What was she like?
She was beautiful. She wanted to appear confident and self-assured. She wasn't. You could tell that in her laugh, the hesitation she had in it. Whenever the world was falling apart around her, she'd put her hands together real tight, like this, as if this would prevent her from flying apart. And there was this way that she'd run her fingers through her hair when things weren't going her way, as if
she could untangle the situation. The way she untangled her hair.
there were some things that she couldn't untangle.
That's Irene.
Yes. Vicky, it's our sister, Tina.
Well, this is all so sudden, you know, I just need time to think.
What's to think about? I love you, you love me. You do love me, don't you?
Oh, yes, of course I do. I love you for asking, and I love this beautiful ring. But this is a huge decision. I mean, we're both really young, and we're in school.
You're right. You know, you are right. I can't just snap my fingers and demand an answer. You're right, I am sorry. Why don't you just take all the time you need and think it over very carefully? Yeah. And then you can say yes.
Hello, could you get me Renee Buchanan and tell her it's very important? Hello, Renee. Yeah, this is Rebecca. Could you come to my room now? Right now? No, nothing's wrong. In fact, I think it's something wonderful. I think...
You wanted to see me, Todd? What's wrong? Something you want to talk about?
I'm not sure. I don't even know why I asked to see you. I didn't know what else to do.
Well, the best way to start is to just start. The words will come.
He came here, visiting. He. One of the guys that was with me the night. You raped Marty Saybrook. Powell Lord? Yeah. Powell Lord. And ever since he left here, I just feel like something's building up inside me, like steam that just can't get out. And it scares you? Yeah. I feel like I'm going to explode or do something crazy to hurt him or me, somebody, anybody.
I'm sorry. I was in such a rush to see you. I had an accident. I guess it got broken. I'll make it up to you.
We can go get it fixed?
Yeah, but you know what? Right now, why don't we go share a banana split down at Wanda's and we can talk about things?
What things?
About why I can't stay at the house right now and why Luna and I are arguing and everything.
Luna's told me.
Right, but you haven't heard me say it, have you?
Can I go with
But
Dad?
hey, you don't need her permission. You can go have a treat with your father, whether she likes it or not.
Oh, you're hurting me.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I just want to spend some time with you.
I think this isn't a good time, Max, so I think we need
Quit
to go.
pulling him away from me!
Stop yelling.
He's my son. He's not yours.
Stop yelling at Luna.
I'm sorry.
That's all you ever say, but you're not sorry.